If you are experiencing foundation issues, get a free estimate from Ox Foundations.
District 3 Sylacauga City Councilman Nate Boom Boom Brewer joins us this morning. Nate, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Jimmy Dale.
Good to have you with us today. And it seemed like it's been forever, but it's just been a few months since you were elected and took office. Talk about it a little bit.
It has. We took office in November, and we've all kind of hit the ground running. We're trying to figure out different things and different scenarios to make things better for our people. As you know,
what have you learned in a few months in office?
That government is the slowest thing in the world. You know me, if I need something or want something, I want it done right then. Or if I see a need, I want it done right then. Well, that ain't the case in government. You have to jump over hoops and go under barrels, and it's just it is so slow. But we're getting there, and we've got some things working now that we hope can bring light to the city. You know, we are going to talk about the TAP grant tonight at the council meeting. That is behind Pizza and Pint and over here behind where the place is and the bank. And what we're going to do is they're going to take those alleyways and they're going to kind of narrow them down just a little. There's not bad, just a little, and they're going to kind of open things up more on the backside. They're going to kind of beautification that. They're going to plant different things and hide those dumpsters so it's not so ugly looking. And we've got some different things going on there. EDT's coming today to talk about the splash pad. I don't know. I think she's coming. Brandy Robinson's coming just to give an update on that. I don't know where we are on that. I think we was kind of waiting on the drawings and to get the final plans in place to see where we need to go from there. Working with the mayor's great. Jim Hike was wonderful. He's got a lot of knowledge, and I depend on him a lot. He kind of keeps me informed of how things go and how we need to do things. And, you know, the big talk right now, Jimmy Dale, is a grocery store. I mean, the town, let me say this. I called a developer yesterday myself, okay? And me and him talked. And who's Ryan Schultz from Hutton Properties. And he assured me, he says, Councilman Brewer, the grocery store is coming. Everybody quit hitting the panic button. Just hold on. Just because you see different things, and I know there was something that was said about a grocery store coming further down the road, that's not necessarily in stone. That's a lot of hearsay going on. We need to worry about Sylacauga, okay? The grocery store's coming here, as I say again. I talked to the developer. They spent over $400,000 getting that property ready for this grocery store, okay? So just be patient. Could be late summer. You know, I know everybody's been hearing 2 weeks. Well, he said could be late summer, but it's coming.
Before an official announcement is made?
Yes,
that
sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. Before official announcement is made, as of who and when and why and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of different technicalities you have to go through to get through all this stuff. And you've got a lot of legal stuff you have to go through. And it's just that's another one of those going through government deals. And it's just a long process that I absolutely despise.
Do you think it'll happen this year where that grocery store will be up and operating?
I don't see why it wouldn't. Now, look, that is out of my league. You know, that's Ryan Schultz. That's his job, you know. But he says that late summer we could start seeing some actions. And tonight we're also one of the things that I have been proud to be a part of, and I think the last council kind of got the ball rolling, and we just assured it we're fixing to get rid of 28 houses that are abandoned or that nobody lives in. We've got a grant and we've got some money, and that's on the agenda tonight, so we can go and have a public hearing and pass that through. It could be another month.
So some of the dilapidated houses going to come down?
They're fixing to come down, Jimmy Dale. After we had the public hearing tonight and we talk about it, that's going to take about a month to get going, okay? So that's another month that we've got to wait. Like I said, it's government, it's slow, so that's going to take place. And it's just a lot of different things going on right now, but it's a lot of good things. It just takes time, and that's the one thing I hate, and that's the biggest thing I've learned. Everything don't happen overnight.
Have to put the brakes on, don't you?
And you know, I don't have any brakes. That's the problem I have. So that's going on, and there's just a lot of different things going on right now.
Let's talk about something that has been on the front burner of the Sylacauga City Council, and your district is the traffic light situation on Norton Avenue. Talk to that this morning.
Okay, here's the deal. I met with Kelly Johnson, which is the police chief. He is also our public safety coordinator because he is the police chief, okay? Met with Michael Rice. We sat down and, I have felt strong about that traffic signal at Norton because that's what my people wanted and that's what those businesses wanted on that side, okay? Well, we talk. Kelly is on board with the traffic light at Norton if we can get one at the end of 511, okay? Well, 511 is over there at James Payton, like going to Walmart. When you leave Walmart, take a right, go to the end, that's 511. Okay, put a traffic light there. Said if we can get one there, we'll put one at Norton. Well, I called Mr. Perryman, told him what was going on. He says, sounds okay to him because, as you know, we're getting a bank right across the road. Okay, they're going to take that, I don't know what that building's
Centennial
called.
building, I think. Yeah,
they're going to take that and kind of knock it down, rebuild it. We're going to put a new bank there. First Bank of America, actually, one of the biggest banks in the world. Long story short, we got there and I talked to Laura and Tiffany and they was kind of on board. Well, we get in the council meeting and Lee brings up a four-way stop. Now, a four-way stop was never discussed, and as I told him, I would not support a four-way stop. But that they wanted to compromise with that because it would cost less. Now, the traffic light, and Michael Rice told them, traffic light isn't going to cost any more than $50,000, okay? We've got different funds you can pull from. You've got capital, you've got the gas tax. Well, the gas tax is going to be used to fix all the concrete streets that we have here in town, okay? My district, 2, 3, 4, 5, all across. Well, we didn't want to take from that because there'd be some concrete streets left undone. So they kind of decided that they wanted a four-way stop. I don't want a four-way stop, but what they've decided is we put a four-way stop there, and later down the road, when we have some more money come in, because we've got a couple of budget hearings coming up, when we've got some money coming in, then we can maybe put a traffic signal there then. So, but right now they're going to start with a four-way stop, and that should be, and I hate to say it, that should be another couple of months, and that'll be going
Where physically is a four-way stop located? Where will it be?
It will be right here at Norton Avenue. I don't know at Pete's Feed and Seed. I don't think we're going to put one there. I think the only four-way stop.
At First Street?
Yes, at First Street, right there by the Radio Alabama. That will now be a big flashing lights like you got over here on Main. That's going to take place in the next month or so.
Yeah. Why there?
Right, because see, that's where I wanted the traffic signal because there is so much traffic that goes there, especially during school. And with me almost getting hit with a school bus that I was driving because there was somebody that was flying, okay? And there's been a couple of wrecks there, and the people cannot walk down the sidewalk safely or cross. That's why they're going to do it, because that area is starting to have more traffic than usual on it.
What was the business in that area feedback about traffic light versus a four-way stop?
Well, from hair raisers down, all wanted a traffic light. They didn't want them to take the traffic light down 8 years ago, whenever it was, okay? They didn't like that idea, but they took that traffic light down because it was the old ones that on the inside, the gears turned, okay? Well, they don't make those parts anymore. It's very expensive to fix those. And I understood that, but once you've had wrecks and once in my mind, you can't put a price on safety. You cannot put a price on safety, and that's my big deal right now, safety for our people. And at the end of the day, that's my district. That's where my people want is a traffic light. So that's kind of the way we have to go. But anyway, long story short, they all want a traffic light. But as I've went down through there and told them, you're going to get a four-way. And some of them's okay, some of them's not okay. But, it's just one of those things, I guess.
You felt like you had some support from other council people for the traffic light. In the work session, was it decided that you didn't have the support?
Yes, sir.
Or was it in the council meeting?
I think once we got to talking in the work session, Jimmy Dale, what happened was I think they was just looking at the compromise and just trying to get something done. And I think that's kind of what they went with. And Miss Nix is she's very passionate about these concrete streets that she wants done. And once we start talking about getting money out of the gas tax, well, that's a red flag there, because if you start pulling money out of there, then, you know, you may not be able to fix what should have been fixed. You see what I'm saying? Things are prolonging, and you don't want that anymore. If you got it, you want to go on and take care of it and go on and get it fixed now. So it was discussed in a work session, as everything is, and I think that's when it was decided, hey, why don't we do this, Nate? And then later down the road, we'll come back and we'll get you traffic signals. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah. You know, I'm not going to let it lie. You know, we ain't just going to put a four-way stop up there and forget that we ain't putting no traffic signals. You know, if that's what they're thinking, then that's the wrong answer. We're not going to do that. So,
been relatively quiet after much hoopla about a new recreation facility here in Sylacauga. Where are we at on this?
On the rec center, what we're waiting on, from what I've gathered, is we're waiting on more drawings. We're waiting on, see, you're getting grants for some of that stuff, and some of that's got to be, some of your stuff's got to be up to code to get those monies in so you can help build. I don't know where we are on price. And, you know, at one time it was going to be just $14 million just to put it up. Well, as everybody knows, metal and everything's jumped up 30 and 40%. So you can take those numbers and throw them out the window, okay? I don't believe it'll cost $14 million. I believe we're looking at 20 to 25 now. Nobody's told me that. That's just me thinking hypothetically. So Brandy Robertson's coming tonight, as I said. If you can, I would encourage all of you that's watching to come to the council meeting tonight. It starts at 5, the work session, and then we'll go into the meeting as soon as the work session is done.
And both of those are open to the public, too.
Everything is open to the public. If you want to know what's going on, I need you at that council meeting. It's your job, and you may not think it is, but it's your job to find out what's going on in your city so you can be up to speed, so you can say, hey, I don't want to do that, because if we don't hear from you guys, we think everything's okay. We think everything's just lovely and we're riding off in the sunset and we're doing things, and then next thing you know, our people saying, why'd you do that? Nobody asked. Well, you can't get around to everybody, so we need you at the council meeting, because you can speak at the end of the meeting. I mean, it's very open. There's nothing formal about it. I mean, we sit there and we talk, chit-chat. You know, it's just a regular meeting. So they're going to talk about the splash pad tonight. I don't know what's coming with that. Like I said, I know there's probably going to present a few drawings and see where we want to go with that. You know, I'm still not hip with that.
Obviously, there's not going to be anything built. You know, here we are at summer almost. June 20th, the first day of summer, June 21st. We're not going to have a pool nor a splash pad this year.
No, sir, you're not going to have anything this year, because if that was going to happen, they should have. 2 years ago, they should have started working on for today, you know, because everything moves so slow. You know, you're trying to find money, you're trying to find this, that, and other. This right here has not been done real well, because you got to go through Planning and Zoning Commission before you can put anything up, because they have to tell you yay or nay. You see what I'm saying? Because they are trained to go out and look at these different properties to see if you want to build this here. They have to look at it, see if it meets all the codes and regulation, if it can go here for safety reasons and other things. So, and your city usually 9 times out of 10 goes with the Planning and Zoning Commission, because they are trained professionals to go out and look at these types of things. So, I think they have give the okay over at the splash pad. I don't think the rec center's been okayed on Main. I have not heard anything on that, because that's not time to be brought to the table again. So, but EDT is coming today, and if you've got concerns about the splash pad or the swimming pool or whatever it may be, I encourage you to come tonight at 5:30 and let's talk about it.
Why don't we come, Nate? Why don't we come to, you know, especially meetings like this that are the very key meetings. And I told someone yesterday, I said, if you want to get the city council's attention, you have 150 people sitting out in that audience at a council meeting, and that gets council attention.
Let me tell you something, Jimmy Dale. You get people in that audience, and you get your people there saying, hey, Nate, this is what we want to do. That gets all of our attention, because those are our people. It is our job to take care of our people, okay? Some people, I think people don't come because for some reason it's in people's mind, well, they're just going to do what they want to do. we can't do what we want to do if we don't hear from y'all. Does that make sense? I know that's kind of confusing. I'm going to do what I think's best. But if you come to me and tell me, Nate, I don't like this, or Nate, I don't like, then I may have my change of thought because you're the one that put me in office. Mm-hmm. You know, this is your city, this is your money, just as well as it's my city and my money. At some point in time, we've all got to come together and we've all got to figure out what we want done in this city, okay? People, you've got to come to the meetings. That's the only way we're going to know. You know, as you know, my number is 256-404-3419. You can call me anytime, okay? And we can talk and do whatever you want to do. But I don't know why people don't come to meetings like they used to. I can remember when you used to film live, when I was a little boy, I can remember the chambers being full. And that's what we've got to get back to, because those people love Sylacauga. If you say you love Sylacauga and you love your hometown, come to the meetings and find out what's going on in your hometown. There may be something you don't like, and then you can complain and say, hey, I don't want to do that. It's your job to complain. It's our job to fix the complaint. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So,
Nate Brewer, our guest this morning, City Councilman District 3, Sylacauga City Council. Growth in Sylacauga. Growth on the 280 corridor. I know we've got a couple of new stores that are opening out there. Do you see anything other than the new, quote, grocery store coming on that 280 corridor?
Well, there is some talk about a developer. I think he's in the mix of talking with some people about they're wanting to do something over there by the Home Depot area. Mm-hmm. I don't know what, because that's not been brought to light. That's just talk right now. Mm-hmm. And we all know how talk goes. So that's why I'm not going to say too much about it, okay? Because I don't know if it's true or not. Other than what we've got going on right now, I think we're going to have to try to get everything up and get everything up to par the way it needs to be. As you know, Robo Motors, they've almost got their building built, okay? I mean, their walls have went up. He's fixing to have that car lot jammed out. You know, he's fixing to put new cars out there, used cars, and there is talk about Milo's. You know, Milo's is coming back to town, and I think they're doing kind of the same thing Chick-fil-A did.
Yeah.
You know, and I know people saying we don't need a Milo's. Well, let me tell you this. I'm not turning down anybody that wants to put a business in Sylacauga, okay? If it's going to create jobs and if it's going to create tax revenue, I'm not turning down anybody, okay? I think that we've hired next site with CDA, Brian Taunton and Ryan Coleman and DeCoy Hale, and some of those guys are on the CDA board, Mike Richardson. Next site is what we've done. We've hired a company, the city has, to go out and find these different businesses that can support a community of 12,000 or more, because that's what we are, 12,000, a little more. He's going to go out and find these restaurants, find these businesses like a good steakhouse or a good this, good that, good shopping mall, you know, like with a JCPenney, stuff like that. And I'm not telling you we're getting any of that. I'm just saying them are examples, okay? Next site, they go out and they find these businesses that can support 12,000 or more, and they bring them into the city. We've had to pay them, I think we give them $15,000 to $20,000 to get started. The first business he brings in, everything pays for itself because you get the tax revenue and he gets his percentage, and then as you go further, you're adding up, and he's already paid for. So that we've got that going on. I thought that was a real good idea by the CDA. They kind of presented that to us, and he come and talked to us at a council meeting. So that's how that's how you find out about these things, is at council meetings. So he come and talked to us about that, and I am real impressed with him. And I'm glad that we've got the ball rolling with that. We've got the contract finalized, and we've kind of pushed that through. So he's getting started. So we're going in the right direction. Like I said, it's just government, and it takes time. It just takes a while.
You touched on taxes a couple of times in our conversation this morning. There has been much conversation about how the proposed new recreation facility would be funded. And there has been conversations about a sales tax increase in our city. Any thoughts on that?
Jimmy Dale, you know, I campaigned on a no sales tax increase. And I may be a lot of things, but I'm not no liar. I am not for a sales tax increase. Not at this time. You know, we're just now coming out of a pandemic. okay? We've just now got people going back to work, okay? We've just now got things trying to get back to normal. Gas is almost $2.90 a gallon. It was $1.97 before election, but it's almost $3 a gallon right now. Metal is up 33.5%. Wood is up 30%. Things are going up. You cannot tax everything else just to try to make it on the back end. I don't believe in that right now. I am not for that right now. The whole city council knows that. I think the mayor knows that. Everybody knows that. I cannot lay down at night knowing good and well that my Aunt May that lives over in Sylacauga Court that has to pay $538 a month for her medicine, and I just put a tax increase on her medicine, another 0.5%. Now I've got to go buy her groceries 1.5%. Now I've got to go buy her groceries because she can't afford it. I can't do that. So, and there has been one or two discussions about that just here and there, hearsay. None of that is final. Okay, that hadn't been brought to the table. That hadn't been discussed more than one or two times. None of that is final. So don't everybody get all worked up. So I'm just telling you, you always hear about taxes in a term when you're running for office. Taxes always come up. That rumor gets out there, etc. Just sit tight. Just hold on. Don't hit the panic button yet. I'm not for a sales tax increase. I think there's some others that are not right now. So we'll just see how that goes.
All right, Nate Brewer, Sylacauga City Councilman, District 3, our guest this morning. Nate, always a pleasure. Thanks for dropping by.
June the 19th, Citizen Appreciation Day from 10 to 2 at Bluebell Park. We're going to be gospel singing, vendors, and I'm going to cook 100 hot dogs. Come out and see me, and we can talk more about this. That's June the 19th, 10 to 2.
All right.
Thank you, Jimmy Dale.
All right. More Daybreak right after this time out.